As the destruction of Ukraine's hidden military factory unfolds due to a Russian attack, what weapon is key in changing the course of fate? Let's take a closer look at this episode. July 17th witnessed a silent recording that slowly spread, featuring black and white aerial footage, a quietly intense yet gripping sight. From high above, a small object can be seen speeding down, almost silently yet full of menace, heading towards its target in Tatyankovka, Donetsk. The weapon was no ordinary machine. It had become a symbol of precision and speed, the Russian Geran UAV. This was not just a drone used for reconnaissance. It was a device with a clear mission, executing strategic will, perfectly harmonizing between weaponry and troops on the ground. In this collaboration, the Geran moved without hesitation, targeting Ukraine's rapidly growing UAV assembly facility. This year, Kyiv has indeed been ambitious in expanding production, making drones not only part of the present technology, but also the future of their military. Thus, the explosion that rocked the factory felt like a heavy blow. The reverberating sound across Donetsk stands as a testament to the crucial role UAV assembly plants play in modern warfare. These are not just buildings, but vital resources that support the entire military effort, producing reconnaissance and kamikaze drones capable of making a significant difference in any battle. In the context of the current conflict, such factories are the heartbeat of Ukraine's defense system. By accelerating production, Ukraine seeks to balance technological asymmetry with Russia. Not long ago, the Ukrainian government targeted the production of millions of drones per year to create a technological edge, expand reach, and disrupt the enemy's military infrastructure. Ukraine wants to succeed in penetrating Russian territory, attacking logistics, oil depots, and airfields. But all of this is only possible because of the consistent and innovative factories, bringing together local talent, from engineers to operators, in a colossal effort for survival. Therefore, the destruction of this Ukrainian facility is akin to cutting off the production and distribution of weapons desperately needed at the front line. Previously, the events in Donetsk on July 10th tested Ukraine's dreams and ambitions. In Kyiv, a UAV factory became a target, and this time, the attack came in the form of a combined missile and UAV strike by Russia. Eyewitnesses saw thick smoke billowing, intense heat burning, and building debris flying. Concrete structures, designed to withstand attacks, now appeared to collapse like a tipping seesaw, leaving behind the rubble of hopes and ambitions. Explosions continued to echo, each blast a stark reminder of the risks of high-tech warfare, far beyond mere battles in open fields. A similar lightning strike also occurred on July 5th in the Sumy region, specifically in the city of Kramatorsk. This time, Geran left its mark as well, targeting a military UAV factory. The fact that explosions occurred multiple times shows the immense effort put into ensuring that the facility would no longer be able to support UAV production in the near future. Each explosion not only demolished walls, but also disrupted supply lines, eroded morale, and forced Ukraine to rebuild from the ground up. These events serve as a reminder of the incident on June 26th, when an attack also hit the Ukrainian Armed Forces UAV assembly facility at Kramatorsk Airport. This facility is believed to be the main center for assembling and maintaining reconnaissance and kamikaze drones, unmanned aerial vehicles that have become the backbone of Ukraine's frontline operations. Why is this facility so strategic? Because its location at the airport provides quick, safe, and effective logistical access to accelerate drone production and distribution to active combat zones. This is the advantage Ukraine aims to preserve, but the reality on the ground tells a different story. The Russian-directed attack was able to inflict significant damage to the infrastructure, almost as if reminding us of the vulnerabilities within modern weapons production systems, even after meticulous planning. This destruction mission is clearly not just a symbol of power, but a strategic step to hinder Ukraine's capacity and force them to slow down the distribution of UAVs to the battlefield. It wasn't just the main facility that was targeted. In May, a secret factory in Primorskoye village, Kherson, was also attacked. This time, the weapon used was the Fab 3000, a high-explosive air bomb. The Fab 3000 is known for its large payload and its ability to destroy thick concrete structures with a single strike, Compared to American bombs like the Joint Direct Attack Munition, which are highly precise, the Fab 3000 is designed for massive destructive power, making it ideal for destroying vital infrastructure that is well protected or underground. In the context of neutralizing large factories, bombs with such immense destructive capacity, like the Fab 3000, create both psychological and material effects. The destruction of the facility means a long delay in production. The significance of UAV factories is becoming increasingly clear. Before the conflict, Ukraine hardly had a national drone industry. However, in just a few months since the conflict began, they have driven the transformation of the industry, recruiting thousands of workers and seeing hundreds of new manufacturers emerge. The government has created an innovation-friendly environment, accelerated bureaucracy, and supported funding from both private sectors and international partners. The hope is that by early 2025, drone production could increase by another 40%, making Ukraine one of the largest drone producers in the region. However, the constant threat of attacks continues to limit this growth. It's not just a matter of logistical delays. Attacks are making funding more restricted, as most of the national budget is now focused on survival and recovery, rather than solely on technological expansion. Now, the dream of gaining UAV superiority like Russia has become a heavy challenge. Even though production has increased exponentially each year, the lack of funds and the frequent targeting of facilities means that Ukraine's drone industry has to fight hard. Every factory destroyed represents a loss of time, resources, and opportunities to build the strategic advantage so badly needed on the battlefield. Without consistent support and layered defenses, Ukraine's chances of competing with Russia in the technology war are shrinking. However, this battle has also become a testing ground for innovation. Many companies are now focused on drone production, from design development to operator training. Quick adaptation and the ability to survive are the core values now being tested amid the explosions and debris of military UAV factories. That's the story of drones, factories, and the strategic hustle on Ukraine's battlefield. In every explosion, there is a message about the importance of weaponry, innovation, and the relentless effort to survive under such intense pressure. The recent attacks in Donetsk, Kyiv, and Sumy have shown us who is ahead for now. Let's wait until the end of the year to see whose UAV production truly reaches its target. That's all for today, and thanks for watching.